Welcome in, everybody, here to the Booty Scoot Racing channel, live here from the Bullring Speedway in Las Vegas, Nevada. We're getting ready to go racing around this 0.37 mile bull ring, and it is sure to be one hell of a show here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I will bring the music back up. That is my apologies. Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching the I-85 Asphalt Series Season 3 kickoff race for the late model division. Ladies and gentlemen, the guys are down there on the racetrack wrapping up the qualifying session. 18 guys will advance in on time, and the rest of them will be placed into 2 random heat races at random, and those guys will have to battle it out. But didn't look like we got over 25 cars here tonight, so nobody's going home. Everybody will advance out of the heat race. They'll just have to knock it out here because that's what's been programmed for tonight's Season 3 kickoff race. And there it is, folks. The lights are on. We're getting ready to go racing here for heat race number 1 live here at the Bullring Speedway. Looks like most of these guys are loading into these race cars. So we'll see who made it in on time real quick before we get tonight's driver's introduction started off. Here is the top 18 drivers are the ones advancing to the main event on time, ladies and gentlemen. So that's the first 18 on front of your back right now. So still waiting on a couple more drivers to join in. Looks like Dakota Pignataro is out on the racetrack, so we'll kill the music just a little bit here and get it all kicked off nice and ready. Get ready to go here. On the pole tonight for heat race number 1. Didn't make the fast 18 to go to the feature. Who had to win his way here tonight in the heat race. That's the number 99 of Dakota Pignataro. Starting on the outside of him, driving the Miller Genuine Draft. Number 4 late model. That's Colby Westcott. On the inside of him from Dallas, Pennsylvania, driving the number 37 late model. That's Paul French Jr. Starting on the 4th place spot here tonight in heat race number 1. That's the old-timer driver, the number 33 Skull late model, Tony Cook. Behind him, driving the number 92 Alaris late model. That's the 2-time Maxis National winner, 2024 Orange County champion. That's Lane Woods. On the inside of him will be the number 39 late model of Doug Miller. Ladies and gentlemen, getting ready to go racing here tonight at the Bullring here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Things are getting ready to get wicked here in heat race number 1. Didn't get over 25 cars in the field here tonight, so we will not be sending anybody home going into tonight's feature. Everybody you see out here on the racetrack currently just have to go ahead and knock out this heat race because they weren't the fastest 18, so they'll be settling it out here. 6 drivers for their position to start here tonight to kick off Season 3 of the late model stock division. Looks like it's going to be all in the hands of Dakota Pignataro when we get ready to take the green flag here tonight at the Bullring here in Las Vegas. The mountains are beautiful right behind. The sun is starting to go down, and the lights are on right outside the great Las Vegas Motor Speedway, that home of where the Bushes cut their teeth. Kyle Busch, Kurt Busch, you name it. Ladies and gentlemen, behind Peter the Bass car, 6 cars getting ready to round out heat race number 1. 18 guys are headed already to the feature, locked in, loaded. We'll get there when we get there. Looks like Neil Rutt III has on the pole for tonight's feature to start it off. Dakota Pignataro is going to be the one leading them into turns 3 and 4. We're getting ready to go racing here at the Bullring Speedway in Las Vegas, Nevada. Dakota Pignataro will step down on the gas. Green flag is in the air for heat race number 1 live here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Down into turns 1 and 2. They'll search their way off the corner. Up off the side of the wall. That's the number 92 of Lane Woods. He's able to get it off the racetrack. We'll keep it green here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Headed their way off turns 1 and 2. 3 and 4, excuse me. Here's Dakota Pignataro and Colby Westcott. Colby Westcott will fan out to the race lead here quick and early tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Following right behind him is Tony Cook. These tough corners, folks, and what these guys are going to have to deal with all night long, trying to get that car rotated up and out the center of the corner. Looks like Tony Cook's got something going right here quick and early in tonight's heat race here. Looks like Colby Westcott to get a little bit of an overbank back there from Dakota Pignataro. Excuse me. The battle's on here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Live here for the late model stock division. Kicking off Season 3's Dakota Pignataro and Colby Westcott battle it out for the race lead. Here comes a hard charging Tony Cook, and he's got a steaming hot Doug Miller right behind him in his number 39 late model. So the old-timer Tony Cook trying to work his way up here. Everybody will advance out of tonight's heat race. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're brand new here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, new to Season 3 here for the late model division, We will be starting 25 cars, each and every single week. Top 18 advance on time. The rest of them will be put into the heat race to race it out here. Dakota Pignataro, the race leader, followed by Kobe Westcott, Tony Cook, Doug Miller, and Paul Fritz Jr. Lane Woods is off of the racetrack. And it looks like he'll have to take that provisional to the feature, try to work on that late model after slapping the outside wall to start off tonight's event. Coming across the line this time around, 9 laps to go in heat race number 1. Dakota Pignataro, the race leader, won the last night dash for cash for the Wheeling Modified Division for the I-85 Asphalt Series. So doubling down here for Dakota Pignataro, not the way he wanted to kick off the I-85 Asphalt Series by finding himself in 2 different heat races, trying to navigate his way to the front. Dakota Pignataro up and off the corner here, down the back straightaway, headed towards turn 3. It's going to be Pignataro, Westcott, Cook in the same order position they were running before. Doug Miller right behind him, up and off the corner. 8 laps to go here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. See how things shake out here. Looks like Paul French has lost touch to the pack here. Maybe the caution flag is out. Caution flag is out here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Looks like for the number 37 of Paul French Jr. as he's blinking in and out here, battling some internet connection issues. We'll back that ass up here, and he is definitely turned around here in the corner. Looks like no harm doing to anybody else, only Paul French Jr. as he goes down here in the corner, just oversteps it just a tad bit, gets loose and blocks it down. And goes around on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. That'll bring out the first caution flag here tonight for heat race number 1. Everybody advancing. Paul French able to hold on to that late model, keeping it in one piece. We'll be back in just a moment. Don't go nowhere. Welcome back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. You're watching heat race number 1 for the I-85 Asphalt Series Season 3 kickoff race. Ladies and gentlemen, it is going to be one hell of a season. Tons of guys are around in here tonight. Packed out house at the Bullring. Heard the concession stands are giving away 2 beers for $1 if you have your veteran ID. So if you're a veteran, get on out there and go check them out, ladies and gentlemen. Go check out Mechanic Gamer 92 on TikTok. Having a charity race this Saturday, October 4th. All donations go to $22 a day for the veterans. Make sure you go out there, support them this weekend. The number 37 of Paul French Jr. back out on the racetrack. He's the reason we're underneath the caution flag here after getting a little loose into turns 1 and 2. No damage to that late model, so he's still out here on the racetrack filling in behind the field. 7 laps to go here in heat race number 1. Caution flag laps do not count here in the heat race. They will in the main event. So hopefully we can do a little better. Hopefully get some clean green flag racing in tonight's feature. Dakota Pignataro won the dash for cash heat race last night for the modified division. He's out here tonight for the late models, trying to defend it off his way into the main event. Everybody knows they'll go to the feature here tonight. Just depends on where you finish in tonight's heat race, where you will start. Lights are off on top of the Bates car. Getting ready to go back racing here at the Bullring. Ladies and gentlemen, Kyle and Kurt Busch in attendance here tonight at the racetrack where they cut their teeth and got it all down to work here, ladies and gentlemen. These guys have been in Vegas all week long, going and cashing out at the casino. Kobe Westcott's going to start on the outside of Dakota Pignataro. Peter, the base car, will hang that left onto pit road. And we should be back racing here momentarily at the Bullring with 6 laps to go. When the green flag falls back in the air, Dakota Pignataro will step down on the gas. Green flag is back in open here. Kobe Westcott's got some heat charging here from Tony Cook. They'll exchange a little bit of door slide bang through turns 1 and 2. Tony Cook trying to get the gas down. He's able to down the back straightaway, headed into turn 3. Up and off the corner of turns 3, out of turns 4. It's going to be Dakota Pignataro headed back into turns 1. Tony Cook trying to do everything in his notebook to keep Doug Miller right behind him. Kobe Westcott bleeding some spots here on the restart. Paul French Jr. just trying to hold on to a piece of late model he has left. 5 laps to go here in heat race number 1. Dakota Pignataro is running away with it right now. Tony Cook, has got some work to do out the front of that Skull Bandit machine. The vet old-timer got plenty of experience underneath the belt of the number 33 late model. He'll try the inside here, looking for the number 99, but can't find him. Doug Miller right behind him, just trying to be patient here. Keep on pushing his way to the front of the pack. You're riding on board with Doug Miller down the back straightaway. It's Doug Miller making his Booty Scoot Racing channel late model debut here tonight at the Bullring. We'll pull up the rest of the schedule here tonight as we get going through tonight's broadcast. Looks like 2 laps to go here in heat race number 1. And Colby Westcott will lose another spot here as he blinks in and out, ladies and gentlemen. White flag will be in the air this time around for Dakota Pignataro. And he'll work his way back down into turns 1 and 2, followed by Tony Cook, Doug Miller, and Colby Westcott. Dakota Pignataro has put on a show here tonight in heat race number 1. He'll come across down into 3 and 4. Dakota Pignataro will head his way off turns 4, and he'll win the Dash for Cash heat race here tonight for the I-85 Asphalt Series. Dakota Pignataro, your heat race winner here tonight, followed by Doug Miller. He'll get around Tony Cook. That'll be the top 3 here to round out the I-85 Asphalt Series heat race. Dakota Pignataro putting on a show, ladies and gentlemen. We'll have about a 1-2 minute session warm up here for the admins to go over the rules and what's being expected here tonight of the race car. So ladies and gentlemen, while we do that, we'll go ahead and switching on over here down to the national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask you guys to rise and join as you're able to for tonight's Star Spangled Banner. Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you guys coming and tuning in here tonight, hanging out at the Bullring Speedway in Las Vegas, Nevada. Getting ready to go racing here for the late model to stock division to kick off season 3. Ladies and gentlemen, 24 cars, I believe, 23 pile out here tonight. Getting ready to go racing here in the warm-up session. The qualifying heat races are completed. And so is the qualifying session. We'll have the top 18 guys right here on your screen that advanced in on time. So maybe your favorite drivers already locked in, didn't have to go through that heat race right there. So we'll back out here and finish, see how heat race number 1 shook out here. So we still wait on the admin to keep going over the rules with the rest of these folks. Dakota Pignataro picks up the heat race win there on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Looks like we'll go ahead and bring up the remaining schedule as we're kicking off the season here tonight at the Bullring, headed to Myrtle Beach 2 weeks from now for 100 laps around that beautiful racetrack. You want to find it right here on the I-85 Asphalt Series on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. They were headed over to Southern National, and I can't wait to get my hands on that brand new North Wilkesboro Speedway. We'll have to wait it on out here. We got plenty of action ahead in front of us here tonight at the Bullring here for the late model stock division race number 1 of 10. Brand new playoff format, brand new heat race format, brand new everything here for the I-85 Asphalt Series. About 20 seconds left here in the warm-up session. Make sure you're headed on over to the YouTube page located in the top right portion of your screen, and give us a follow and a like and a subscribe there. It'll help us out tremendously, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like the white flag is going in the air now for the qualifying session out of the front hand of Peter the pace car's cousin, Freddie the flagman. And ladies and gentlemen, we're getting ready to go racing here around the whatever the hell you want to call it, Bullring, short asphalt oval, short track. It's getting ready to be mayhem, you best believe it. Ladies and gentlemen, the music DJ's cranking it up here in Las Vegas, getting ready to kick it off here for season 3. Ladies and gentlemen, these guys are piling in the field. 22 cars ready to take set here tonight at the Bullring. Some of your favorite drivers are loaded in, like Colton Brooks, Michael Johnson out here tonight. Look at the back half of the field. Getting ready to go racing here tonight, and it's getting ready to be one hell of a show. 27,000 asses sold out here tonight in the stands in Las Vegas Motor Speedway, and I guarantee you half of these people have spent majority of their money at the casino down on the strip. Ladies and gentlemen, look at this beautiful drone shot here around the Bullring Speedway, waiting on a couple more folks to load in. We'll go ahead and kick off tonight's driver introductions. Starting on the pole here tonight, driving the number 66 late model from Union Beach, New Jersey, that's Neil Rutt. On the outside of him, driving the number 77 late model, that's Mark Blessing. Starting in the third place spot here tonight from Marksville, that's the number 13 of Colton Brooks. On the outside of him will be the number 3 Goodrich late model from Montgomery, Alabama, of Tommy Limley. On the inside of him will be the number 32 late model as well from Montgomery, Alabama. That's Cameron Wessenberg. On the outside of him will be the number 43 white and pink late model of Landon Brindle. Starting in the number 40 Bass Pro Shop Tracker late model, that's Michael Johnson. On the outside of him will be the number 05 late model from Montgomery, Alabama, of Hunter Tyus. Back out here on the Woody Scoot Racing channel, making his late model debut here tonight for Season 3. That's the BBS late model of Colton Waters. On the outside of him will be the boogeyman, your mom's favorite driver, John Michael Bryant. And on the outside of him will be the 00 from Middletown, New Jersey. That's the America's Best Prescription Glasses, 00 Mike Doyle. On the inside of him will be the Sunoco Racing late model of Corey Tesner. On the outside of him, will be the Season 2 champion and Season 1 champion, 2-time I-85 Asphalt Series champion, Chase Johnson. Starting behind him will be the number 88 late model of Grayson Kendrick. And on the outside of him will be the 2400cars.com late model of James Fowler. Eric Haley is back out here on the racetrack. He's in the number 44 late model, starting in the 17th place spot. Dakota Pignataro making his way up here through the field, trying to make his way to the front. Doug Miller to 28th, 30th, whatever the hell that stands for in Roman numerals, starting in the 39th place spot here. Starting in the 39 car here spot here tonight. Tony Cook worked his way back up here through the heat race, and Colby Westcott is in the field in the number 4 Miller Genuine Draft late model. Paul French Jr., the number 37 late model from Dallas, Pennsylvania, went around in the heat race, but he is back out here on the racetrack and going to the back of the pack here. Looks like he's going to take a self-end-of-line penalty. That is the kid of Nicholas Maynard. So we'll jump back up here to the front of the pack. Looks like we're getting ready to go racing here at the Bullring. Peter LeVay's car is down on the pit road, and looks like we are waiting on the green flag, and it is waving. We are green, kicking off Season 3 here for the Bullring in Las Vegas, Nevada. Down into turns 1 and 2. Looks like everybody kind of able to hold on to the race cars quite well, working up off the corner. 24 cars around the Bullring here tonight, opening laps here in the Las Vegas, Nevada. Looks like everybody's able to hold on to their cars quite well. We got contact back here, and around goes Grayson Kendrick. Caution flag flies here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel for the number 88 of Grayson Kendrick. Quick and early lap number 1, turn 4 of the night's opening laps for the Season 3 kickoff race. We'll back that ass up here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel for an instant replay as Grayson Kendrick spun around here 3 wide, quick and early. Like to see what the hell happened here. Looks like the number 21 of Colton Brooks, not Colton Brooks, of Cam Clark up there down on the bottom side. Dakota Pignataro gets tagged. Corey Tesner, Chase Johnson gets tagged and it sends around Grayson Kendrick. We'll back that ass up one more time. See if we can't ride on board with the number 88 of Grayson Kendrick. See what happens at the front windshield. Is it a little over 3 wide down there in front of him, beating and banging. Around goes him. He has nowhere to go, just gets plowed from behind. And around goes the number 88 Progressive late model, Grayson Kendrick. He's got Progressive and they're on his side. Well, never mind, that's nationwide. I have to take that one back. Grayson Kendrick brings out the first caution flag of the night at the Bullring. We'll be back in just a moment. Don't go nowhere. here on the Booty Scoop Racing channel. We're underneath the caution flag for the first time here tonight, and tonight's main event scheduled for 115 laps around the Bullring here in Las Vegas, Nevada. It's anybody's ball game to open up the brand new season here in the I-85 Asphalt Series. So if your favorite driver is out here in the field, make sure you're going out to the merch hauler after the race, going by your favorite t-shirt, hat combo, whatever the case may be. Make sure you go get another beer or light another cigarette. Things are getting ready to get wicked here tonight in Las Vegas. And while we're underneath the caution flag, it must be the perfect time to go ahead and throw up tonight's keys of the race. If you want to find yourself going to victory lane here tonight in Las Vegas, you're going to have to do quite a few things right. And here they are, ladies and gentlemen. One set of tires, 0 fast repairs, 18 cars advance on time for 115 laps here tonight for the feature at the Bullring here in Nevada. Be patient on the restarts. Got to save those Hoosier tires. Lap traffic should come into effect here. We can get some green flag laps. And finally, last but not least, restarts. With this being a Bullring, we expect plenty of them tonight. Plenty of wrecks happening throughout tonight's main event. Looks like Nicholas Maynard was able to make it through there in that white, black, and pink late model there on the outside. He'll miss the contact from the back, but looks like we're getting ready to go back racing. Looks like Martin Blessing's going to be the race leader here. Behind Peter, the pace car. Looks like maybe the lights have come back on top of the pace car. So we will take at least one more lap. No, Peter will cut them back off. So getting ready to go racing this time around. Martin Blessing's going to be the race leader. Neil Rutt's going to be on the outside. Colton Brooks will be in the second row inside with Tommy Lemley on the outside of him. Hopefully, folks, we can get some green flag laps continuously and not just every other 20, 30, like, you know what I'm saying? We get some hell of a show around here with 25 cars in the field. Neil Rutt the third will be right here on the outside of Mark Blessing. Green flag is back in the air here for the Season 3 kickoff race live here at the Bullring. And ladies and gentlemen, not a fan to sit on their seats. They head out turn 22. Contacts made. Corey Tessner goes around right here in front of your living room. We got a parking lot at a turn 2. Caution flag is in the air. Corey Riptide Tessner spun around right here in front of the camera. What to back that ass up. Nicholas Maynard had to get on the brake kind of hard there. Several guys are turned around. We'll back that ass up for the instant replay. Presented by the Home Run Cafe, ladies and gentlemen. Tons of guys piled up over here at a turn 2. We'll see where the contact's made at. Corey Tessner heading through here. We'll back that ass up one more time and pull up maybe a better angle here. Maybe turns 1 and 2. Yeah, you see Corey Tessner smacked up out of the groove already. Well, it looks like the number 21 of Cam Clark, they work their way through 2. Cam Clark gets into the back of the number 8 of Corey Tessner, shoots him up the racetrack, and everybody piles in right here. Looks like Nicholas Maynard was caught up almost in it as well. Tons of guys involved. Paul Trent's able to get through it. The kids parked back here trying to let Corey Tessner turn it around. Chase Johnson's involved down here on the bottom side as well. So several guys involved. Chase Johnson trying to turn it around. It looks like Mark Blessing will be on the outside here. We'll be back in just a moment. Clean up down the back straightaway. Welcome back here on the Booty Scoop Racing channel. We're underneath the caution flag for the second time here tonight after a kind of a semi-big pile up down on the back straightaway. Cameron Clark in that number 21 late model. A wrecking ball into the back of the number 8 of Corey Riptide Tessner. Cam Clark got some huge damage on the outside there. One set of tires here tonight for most of these guys, so they'll have to take it how they go. Chase Johnson will receive the wave around here. He'll go a lap down trying to turn that race car around after being spun out through the mayhem there. We'll see how long this shakes out all year long on a brand new season. Still trying to work out some of the bugs and getting rid of some of the drivers that are here. They're called chaos. Don't want to cause anybody out by name. Don't look like anybody in here would ever try to do something like that. 12 laps are complete here. Going to be 13 this next time around. We should get the green flag and somebody's going out onto the racetrack. The number 77 of Mark Blessing leading majority of the laps here so far. 6, 7 green, not even 7 green flag laps. 4 green flag laps here for the number 77 of Mark Blessing led, but he'll take these underneath his points. We'll have to give up that track position. Mark Blessing's going to be the race leader with Neil right on the outside of him here. Green flag is back in the air on the Booty Scoop Racing channel. Headed back down into turns 1 and 2. Can we complete a lap here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel? Looks like we're able to. Everybody's able to fan out at least. Woo! Finally, folks, maybe this is what we're in tune for here tonight. Maybe we got plenty more of this in store. The number 05 of Hunter Tyus working down on the bottom of Colden Waters. Colden Waters at that number 6 late model, trying everything in his notebook to make his way to the front of the pack. Ladies and gentlemen, green flag is out in the air here at the Bullring Speedway in Las Vegas, Nevada. 25 cars pile in here tonight for the opening race for the Season 3 kickoff. It looks like Colby Westcott will have the number 5 of Chase Johnson, who just spun around underneath the previous caution, working on the inside of him. Here comes the boogeyman. He'll have some trouble banging right there on the door. It looks like Dakota Pignataro. James Fountain is in the picture as well. And here comes a strong, hard Doug Miller up here, pulling away from Dakota Pignataro as he races on the inside, of Cameron Clark. Finally, some green flag laps are being picked off here around the Bullring Speedway. The 00 Mike Doyle on the outside, 3 wide up the middle. Cameron Clark blinking in and out here in his Zen number 21 late model. James Fountain able to plug the gap there. And the boogeyman at Corey Tester will work door to door. Back here comes the kid of Nicholas Maynard. And this number 02 black, white, pink late model with some help on the inside is Grayson Kendrick. As these two guys continue to battle it out, Nicholas Maynard got breast cancer awareness on the car. As we get ready to switch over to a brand new month, bringing you brand new content here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. As John Michael Bryant still has trouble here on the outside, trying to get around Corey Riptide Tessner, as they just can't seem to shake each other. John Michael Bryant trying to get the car to bite down here, just can't get it to work quite like he wants to. Chase Johnson will try the inside of Cameron Clark. They'll door bank, up the racetrack they'll go. Cameron Clark has all kinds of company here with Chase Johnson, but Chase Johnson's able to complete the pass. Meanwhile, the number 43 is down on the bottom side of the racetrack. That's Landon Brandon. That caution flag will come out here in turns 1 and 2. Caution flag is out. Dakota Pignataro is around as well. Big contact made by Cameron Clark to the number 05 of Hunter Tyus. The pit of the pace car is back out on the racetrack. It was just too good to be true here, folks, on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Finally picking off some green flag laps. And the caution flag comes around here. Big pile up out of turns 1 into turns 2. We'll have to back it up here, take a look and see what the hell just happened. And this should be a great shot of these guys going around into the corner. We've seen Hunter Tyus already kind of loose going into 1 and 2, so we'll back that ass up here for the instant replay. They worked their way down here. Looks like the number 44 of Aaron Canelius just shifts Hunter Tyus up the racetrack, and everybody continues to pile in here. And here comes Cameron Clark, hard to the back end of Hunter Tyus. John Michael Bryant was able to escape through that, though. But you see the parking lot that it'll leave over there in turns 1 and 2 is Dakota Pignataro. Tries to turn around not to get lapped, but Hunter Tyus will lose his lap on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Glad to get him back waving around. We'll be back in just a moment. It looks like Mark Blessing's able to hold on to the race lead over Colt Brooks. Back in just a moment. Don't go nowhere. Bang! Welcome back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We're underneath the caution flag for, I believe, the 3rd time already here tonight in the opening 25 laps of Season 3's kickoff race live here at the Bullring Speedway. Landon Rindle's making his way around. He'll get the wave around after going down pit road trying to address the damage on that race car. And you see him throw that cone up to the top side of the racetrack. So we'll have to wait for more people to come down here and clean it up. Peter the base car has Mark Blessings and Colt Brooks and the rest of the field right behind him here. It's been caution flags city so far. We got a little about a 6-7 flag, green flag run there. And a couple guys made some passes. A couple guys did some beating and banging. See what happens here. Chase Johnson, James Fountain's got some damage here to the back, to the right end of his late model. Chase Johnson looks like he was able to come down and get the damage fixed from the turnaround earlier. Tony Cook here behind Grayson Kendrick on the outside. On the inside of him is this 02 breast cancer answers machine of Nicholas Maynard, followed by Cameron Clark, who's been in 2 contact incidents already up to this point. Cameron Clark's going to have to dial it back down just a tad bit here so we can get into the end of tonight's main event. Looks like we're getting ready to go back racing here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Martin Blessing is behind the pace car. That's Peter the pace car. If you didn't know it, now you do. Martin Blessing will be in control here through the restart zone. Is all underneath the foot of Martin Blessing, and Colton Brooks, will be on the outside. Green flag is back in the air here at the Bullring Speedway. Working their way off turns 1 and 2. Michael Johnson shipped up the racetrack there just a tad bit by Aaron Cornelius and that number 44. Down on the bottom side of the racetrack, Colton Brooks tries to battle in Chase Johnson to put a front bumper to the back bumper of Mike Doyle. They're working their way across the front stretch back down into turns 1 and 2, trying to pick off some green flag laps here. In Las Vegas, I've spent all my money at the casino this week. Being down here in Vegas, I had to put some more bet on the race winner, so hopefully he cashes on the outside, goes to number 39. Everybody tries to go around, and around goes Cam Clark, and the caution flag fly. We almost had it cleared right there. Almost everybody kept it straight. Cam Clark around for the 3rd time here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. And it's in late model. We'll back that ass up here, take a look and see what the fuck just happened. Even though it just happened right in front of our face. We'll pick it back here through the instant replay. Back that ass up. It's Cameron Clark. It looks like it started up here. Maybe in front of, yeah, it looks like here in the number 39 machine of Doug Miller just gets tagged on the outside. And everybody behind him tries to check up here. Cameron Clark falls victim here. He'll spin around. Take one hard to the driver's passenger side door. Inside safer barrier. Looks like he's able to get it refired though, up and going. Cameron Clark's got some huge damage on that late model. We'll see how he addresses it. Everybody behind the Peter the pace car. In a familiar sight up to this point. 30 laps are complete out of the schedule. 1:15. Mark Blessing is the race leader. Back in just a moment. Don't go nowhere. Welcome back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We are underneath the caution flag for the 4th time here tonight. Here is the remaining schedule for Season 3 as we kick it off here tonight at the Bullring. Ladies and gentlemen, headed to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina 2 weeks from now. And let me tell you something, hometown track for many of the Carolina kids, but that happens to be so my home track as well. Ladies and gentlemen, can't wait to get out there to the beach, see what the hell's shaking and baking at the Dirty Myrtle. Ladies and gentlemen, we got to get through this nasty, nasty race right here first. Caution flag after caution flag. So far, we kind of expected around this 0.32 mile asphalt oval with 25 guys, but hopefully we can shake out a little thing. Just first race jitters here for some of these folks. We'll promise you some more green flag lap racing here further on throughout the season. We'll see how things shake out though. Colton Brooks on the outside, Martin Blessing on the inside. Familiar sight on the front road. One set of tires in the pit. When will these guys elect to go take them? Green flag is back in the air here in the Bullring. Martin Blessing able to pull out to the race lead down the back straightaway there off of turn 2 down into turns 3 and 4. Nicholas Maynard's looking to try to get around. Looks like that number 92 machine, but can't quite get there. Martin Blessing will clear for the race lead over Colton Brooks, Cameron Westenberg, and the rest of these boys battle it out. Neil Rutt to 3rd, and Tommy Lindley slamming doors off of turn 2. Tommy Lindley will get into the outside wall. Aaron Cornelius trying to hold on to this number 44 late model, followed by Michael Johnson. And here comes Mike Doyle, and that prescription's reading America's best. Hey, Colton Waters gets tagged back here. Almost goes around, but he's able to hold on to it. Will this cause any more control pile up? Everybody's able to hold on to it. John Michael Bryan gets it to the back of Cam Clark and throws up the number 37 of Paul French. Can we keep it green here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel? Looks like we will. Big contact made back there between John Michael Bryan and Cameron Clark. These two guys must not be happy with the way that they were racing each other. More contacts made as Tony Cook goes around and the caution flag flies. Caution flies here for the number 33. That's the old timer of Tony Cook. Will back that ass up here for the instant replay. Take a look and see what the hell just happened to Tony Cook. It looks like he just got absolutely destroyed down the back straightaway. Not sure who by. It looks like Nicholas Maynard was back there, so he maybe could have had a piece of problem to do with it. Looks like the number 92 on the inside of Tony Cook will be the victim here. That's Lane Woods and that number 92 machine. That will fall victim of turning around the old timer. Tony Cook there will back that ass up here from Tony Cook. Take a look out the tail end and see what the number 92 was just thinking. Looks like they were banging doors here down the back straightaway. Nothing that Tony Cook could have really done about it. Well, look out the front nose. Tony Cook looks like he just gets slammed from the left rear. Has to lock it down, goes around, but no damage to the old timer. Tony Cook showing you why experience matters. He'll take it back around into turns 3 and 4. The caution flag has flown, though, for the race leader, Martin Blessing, down the back stretch into turns 3 and 4. He'll have to catch Peter the pace car. We'll be back in just a moment. Don't go nowhere. Back here on the Moody Scoot Racing channel underneath the caution flag for, I believe, the 5th or 6th time. I have lost count up to this point. Bringing to life the statement, caution breeds caution. Looks like Lando Brindle will get the wave around here on the outside as he'll drive by in the number 43 late model. Tons of guys are still out here on the racetrack, some with damage, some with not. So we'll have to just see how everybody plays their cards with one set of Hoosier tires in the pits. Dakota Pignataro, the race winner earlier tonight in the Dash for Cash heat race, he's still out on the racetrack. After getting turned around there and caution before last, looks like he's got no damage. If so, he's got it all fixed and ready to tatted up, ready to go. Ladies and gentlemen, Lane Woods blinking in and out here in this number 92 late model. He'll be the reason Tony Cook, the veteran, goes around here in this number 33 machine. Tony Cook able to scave a little damage off of that 33 machine and get it up and going back out here on the racetrack. So good. Looks like, yeah, we're getting ready to go back racing with 1 to go this time around. Peter the pace car holding the yellow flag straight up and down perpendicularly. Reminds me as the admin / broadcaster or whatever you want to call it, that we are getting ready to go racing. They'll call it off for one more lap around the caution flag here. That gives us plenty of time to talk it over with and see what the hell's going on. Martin Blessing has been the top pick so far. He's been out front, was on the pole here. He's at the fastest time out of the top 18 guys. We'll bring that up here, folks, for you. The top 18 drivers you see on your screen were the ones that locked themselves into the feature tonight on time. So these were the top 18 fastest guys coming into the Bullring here tonight. Doesn't mean they're so fast right now. Getting ready to go back racing here behind the official pace truck of iRacing, Peter the pace car. Martin Blessed on the inside, Colton Brooks on the outside. Neil Rutt the third, trying to get around Cameron Westenberg in this 32 late model. We'll see what happens here as cautions keep breeding cautions. Aaron Keneally is sneaking up on the outside. It looks like he's trying to get a jump here, but I have to think better of it. Green flag back in the air here at the Bullring. Caution flag flies here. Quick and early, Dakota Pignataro goes around. Peter the pace car couldn't even get a chance to park that truck before these guys bring out the yellow flag one more time. We'll back it up for the instant replay. Dakota Pignataro, Tony Cook involved. Not sure what the hell happened. Cam Clark back there as well, so we may have found our victim quick and early here. Cam Clark been involved in 4 wrecks already. We'll take a look here. Dakota Pignataro sailing here on the restart, minding his business on the middle side. Looking here on the bottom, as Cameron Clark just tags him in the left rear and sends him around, and Tony Cook has nowhere to go. Tony Cook trying to avoid the number 99 of Dakota Pignataro, but spins out right in front of him. No wrongdoing of his own. Cameron Clark a wrecking ball here tonight at the Bullring, taking it serious. Cameron Clark is the bull here tonight. He's had one too many things, just got damage, tries the inside of Dakota. Pignataro sends him around. And now Dakota gets the damage to the left rear. So cautions keep breeding on cautions. We'll back that ass up here in just a moment. Be back after this commercial break. Don't go nowhere. Welcome back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We're at the caution flag for like the 19,000th time here tonight, and just trying to knock out the first race jitters for the I-85 Asphalt Series, the late model division. Got a couple takers down on the pit road like Tony Cook, the veteran. As you see him rolling out there in that Skull late model, Chase Johnson will come down. We'll see what Chase Johnson does. One set of tires, so it looks like he was just trying to get a little bit of damage fit. Nicholas Maynard is up and out of the race car, attending to the admin privileges here tonight for the also shit show we've had so far, so hopefully we can try to get it turned around here with one of the admins coming in and out. The number 32 of Cameron Westenberg had a hell of a show last night in the Wheel & Modified show. He's back out here tonight in the late models, and that is a beautiful looking race car shining underneath the lights here tonight. Looks like Tony Cook will get the wave around there. He'll be back on the lead lap on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Colton Brooks will be on the outside of Mark Blessings. Peter the Base car will hang on to the right back out on the racetrack. What kind of trick move was that from Peter the Base car? We'll take one more lap around the Bullring here to allow the back half of the field to catch up. That's what I would have to imagine. Yes, Tony Cook catching the back of the field. So, ladies and gentlemen, Landon Brindle will have the wave around as well. He'll fall to the tail end of the field. John Michael Bryant still out on the racetrack, as well as Brayson Kendrick, Mike Doyle, Michael Johnson is still up and running. His number 40 Bass Pro Shop late model. Michael Johnson won the regular season finale race. The season 2 finale race at the North Wilkesboro Speedway. So we definitely know Michael Johnson knows how to get it up and going here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel with Mark Blessing, Colton Brooks on the front row. Green flag back in the air here as they sail back down into turns 1 and 2. Hopefully we can continue to pick off some green flag, and as soon as I say that, we got to pile up over here in turns 1 and 2. Looks like maybe the caution flag, and yes, it will fly. Paul French Jr. goes around there down the front stretch into turns 1 and 2 on the restart. We'll back that ass up for the instant replay to take a look and see what the hell has just happened. And some of these guys are going to have to stop and start going here as Paul French is working out on the bottom side. Looks like Dakota Pignataro has to switch lanes from Chase Johnson, and he has to check out big time, gets ran over by lap traffic there. So we'll back that ass up one more time. Dakota Pignataro just trying to navigate his way through some traffic, it looked like there, and he gets ran over by the number 43 of Landon Brendan. Riding on board with Landon Brendan. We'll take a look here on the restart, shifting through the gears. Try not to pass underneath the number 99 before the start-finish line. The 99 has to make a quick, subtle jerk, and then Landon Brendan just don't even look like he hits the brake. Runs right through Paul French Jr. and Dakota Pignataro. Big damage to the back end of Dakota. This number 99 from New Bern, as well as Paul French. Paul French Jr. pissed as hell over the radio. The Dallas, Pennsylvania driver, not happy with the way that he was just raced. Ladies and gentlemen, the caution flag is out once more here at the Bullring in Las Vegas, Nevada. We'll take one quick commercial break and be back in just a moment. Don't go nowhere. Bang! Welcome back here underneath the caution flag after a huge pile up there after the number 99 of Dakota Pignataro gets absolutely ran over. Paul French as well. After Landon Brindle, looks like maybe he's had some brake issues. Brakes didn't work or something beyond those lines. Got a couple guys down on pit road. Landon Brindle, one of those folks, as well as Paul French Jr. Hunter Tyus up and out of the race car after a hard shot into the outside safer barrier. And earlier of parts of tonight's event, Mark Blessing holding his own up so far, caution after caution. He must love what he's seeing. About 60 laps remain here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. It'll be all in the hands of Mark Blessing here through the restart zone. Green flag is back in the air here at the Bullring. Every time we keep doing a restart here, every time we have a caution flag, looks like the field gets smaller and smaller and smaller. If you're on the racetrack still, that's a blessing to yourself because you keep moving up and down, the point standing 4-point increments between each finishing position. So if you can get you about 2 or 3 more from where you're at, that's about 8 points. That's a big difference when you're talking about a 10-week schedule here in the I-85 Asphalt Series. Late model division down on the bottom side. Michael Johnson falls in the line behind the number 8 of Corey Riptide Tessner, who has a hard-charging cold and water pushing all over the back of him. We're racing here in the Bullring. Hopefully we can keep this going. 60 laps complete this time around, and Martin Blessing is still the race leader, but he's got a hard-charging Colton Brooks right behind him, followed by Neil Ruthless Rutt the third. It is Bullring number 66 late model. Talked to Neil Rutt before the race started here tonight. He said this is what he's waited on all year long to get right back here to the Bullring here tonight to kick off the season 3. He's running full-time, started last year part-time in the I-85 Asphalt Series. Picked up a couple wins, but it didn't mean anything as he wasn't full-time here as they come back across the line with 61 laps complete here in tonight's event. Big battle right there between the number 92. It looks like going to be Lane Woods and Chase Johnson as these two guys exchange slide jobs. James Fountain and Mike Doyle going at it here on the outside. Mike Doyle will not be denied down into turns 1 and 2. He'll have to try the right rear quarter panel around. James Fountain gets shipped up the racetrack just a tad bit here. It's John Michael Bryant looks to fill in the gap behind him, but just can't get the gas down quite like he was looking for. Grayson Kendrick will get up underneath Mike Doyle now. James Fountain will complete the pass. John Michael Bryant will slap the outside wall. Dakota Pignataro works on the inside of the number 23. Finally picking off some green flag lap racing. The number 43 of Landon Brindle looks like he'll stay out of the way of the lap guys here. So some courteous racing by the number 43. The number 40, though, of Michael Johnson working on the inside of Tommy Lindley here. Chase Johnson. And big contacts made. Ships up the racetrack. That's the number 39. Dakota Pignataro gives a little bit there to Doug Miller. Dakota Pignataro racing him how he was raced earlier tonight. These guys absolutely banging doors and fenders. The number 39 is not going to be happy with the way that he was just racing. The DEMS late model is back down in the bottom of turns 1 and 2, trying to make his way back to the front of the pack. Chase Johnson, Tommy Lindley going out of here. 66 laps complete out of the schedule, 115. These two guys trying to shake each other. Colton Waters able to get around both of these guys as James Fountain's trying to lose and gain a little bit here to the back bumper. Meanwhile, Colton Brooks has a hard-charging Neil Rutt the third all over the back end of that late model. Is Neil Rutt. Looks like the caution flag is flowing. I expect no less here. The caution flag is flown. We'll back that ass up here, see what the hell it's for. Not sure if it's for Tony Cook, but that's what the camera's on quite right now. So Oh, looks like it was right in front of Tony Cook. Mike Doyle is backwards here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We'll back that ass up for the instant replay. Mike Doyle and his America's Best Prescriptions glasses down on the bottom side just gets absolutely shit-faced and cut off by Lane Woods. What the hell was that all about by the number 92? We'll back that ass up here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel as Lane Woods comes down about 3 lanes, no pun intended, trying to make that pass over Brayson Kendrick. We're right on board with the number 92 late model. Not sure what he was thinking. Right down into a hole that was not there, and Mike Doyle gets absolutely slammed by the number 92. We'll back that ass up here, see if we can't ride along with the America's Best Prescriptions glasses late model from Middletown, New Jersey. Mike Doyle, like, what is he expecting to do here? The number 92 just comes right down in front of the number 00. Mike Doyle sends him around. Contacts made from Dakota Pignataro. Mike Doyle gets spun around. Lane Woods gets to keep on going about his day. Looks like Mike Doyle can't get it turned around and lose the lap here and have to get waved around underneath this caution flag. Landon Brindle slaps the outside wall for absolutely no reason as Paul French is on the inside here. But looks like Mark Blessing's able to hold on to the race lead. He got out about a 4 or 5 car length gap over Colton Brooks and a hard-charging, ruthless Neil Rutt. Cameron Wetzenberg will round out the 4th place spot, followed by Corey Riptide Tesner. Back in just a moment. Don't go nowhere. Back here on the main broadcast, welcome back to the Bullring here in Las Vegas, Nevada. A couple guys taking the wave around here to catch the back half of the pack. Here comes Peter the pace car. With the rest of the field, Mark Blessing will go down on the pit road, so he'll relinquish the race lead. So it looks like going to be the number 66 of Neil Rutt, the third. Neil Rutt will redeem the race lead here with about not the greatest at math, but about 50, about 45, 47 laps. I'm not the smartest, please forgive me. Colton Waters in the 2nd place spot, followed by Chase Johnson, who'll stay out for some track position there, as well as Tommy Lindley, Dakota Pignataro, and Mark Blessing will round out the 6th place spot here. So you're going to get a set of tires here from the race lead. Only cost Mark Blessing about 5 spots. Definitely able to manage his way back up here to the front of the 115 scheduled here tonight, especially with these guys on old tires, but it's been caution after caution after caution. How much wear do these Hoosiers actually have on top of them? We're getting ready to find out possibly this next time around as guys still coming off pit road, getting the wave around to be on the lead lap. After going a lap down, trying to service their race cars, Brayson Kendrick working his way back down here into turns 3 and 4. So we're getting ready to get the one-to-go racing time this time around from Peter the pace car and ready to flag. Man, the lights are off on top of the pace car. And never mind, we'll take that right back. They'll throw them back on. So we'll wait at least one more lap. Looks like Brayson Kendrick will finally go around here on the outside to get his lap back. Colton Waters moving up to the 2nd place spot here in his BBS Mobile, Alabama late model. Colton Waters, former Troy University student, part-time race car driver. So we'll see how things shake out here for the college student. We're underneath the caution flag for the 9th time here tonight at the Bullring. And it is a Bullring of a racetrack, but nonsense has really caused most of what we've seen here tonight. If these guys would just dial it down just about 2 gears and wait to fire back off and get going here, let these Hoosier tires wear out, let the slow guys go to the back and the fast guys migrate their way to the front of the field. We could have one hell possibly of a finish But Neil Ruthless Rudd will be the race leader here, finally out front after working his way through the carnage. Green flags, he's ready to fly it back out here in the air in the Bullring. Neil Rudd will finally step on that earlier sprint. They can fill it out just a little bit more. And that's right exactly what we need as they work their way up and down off of turn 2. Neil Rudd the third, up and off the corner, followed by Chase Johnson and Coleman Water. Neil Rudd will lead that lap here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Back out front here is Michael Johnson and Martin Blesson. Martin Blesson on the brand new fresh set of Hoosier tires, giving the back bumper to Michael Johnson. Spins him around here. Michael Johnson able to hold on to the race car. No, he's not. He'll go around. And Martin Blesson will split him around. Martin Blesson getting impatient there on them brand new Hoosier tires. Sends around Michael Johnson. And that number 40 Bass Pro Shop Tracker late model will back that ass up here. As Mark Blesson being a bully out here to the number 40 of Michael Johnson will back that ass up here. Take a look and see what happened as Mark Blesson was all over the back of Michael Johnson all the way through turn 1 and 2. There's the contact made right there that shipped around Michael Johnson as he just wasn't able to hold on to the race car. Looks like everybody was a hold on though and not run into Michael Johnson, fear-mating any more damage to that Tracker late model. So he's got it up and turned around though. Mark Bless is the one to blame for that when the former race leader Neil Rutt will hold on to the race lead here down into turns 3 and 4 behind Peter the pace car. We will back that ass up here for an instant replay, commercial break, whatever you want to call it. Be back in just a moment. Don't go nowhere. Welcome back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We are underneath the caution flag for the 10th time here tonight as a big pileup happened down there between Michael Johnson and Martin Blesson. Martin Blesson on the brand new Hoosier tires trying to make something shake. Don't blame him, but running over Michael Johnson, unacceptable there. And this is maybe why we keep being pacing underneath the caution flag as we got a packed out grandstand over there off a turn 1 and 2 down the back straightaway here. You see all the traffic, all the cars out there. 36 laps remain here tonight in tonight's main event at the Bullring. And Neil Rutt III has stayed out on the racetrack on some old tires, as well as Chase Johnson trying to get some track position, as well as Colden Waters and Tommy Lindley. Dakota Pignataro will do the same thing as he just keeps getting tossed and turned around like a baseball out here tonight. I'm only saying baseball because it's October 1st. It's October season, baby. It's time for the postseason for my Los Angeles Dodgers. Colton Brooks, former race leader, former participant of the race lead, battling door-to-door. Mark Blesson rounding out. Looks like going to be the 6th place spot here on the restart. It's going to be Neil Rutt there in that number 66 late model in full control here for the restart on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Getting ready to go back racing. Neil Rutt will slam back down on the gas. We are back right here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel for the Season 3 kickoff race live here in Nevada. Everybody's able to come through turns 1 and 2 quite well, working their way down into turns 1 and 2 this time around. Mark Blesson will get up underneath Dakota Pignataro. These guys are battling out here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. More contacts made between Colton Brooks and Dakota Pignataro. These guys are going at it. Four-door banging. Corey Tester will get to the inside of Colton Brooks, ship him up the racetrack, but Colton Brooks is able to hold on to it. These guys are absolutely going at it here at the Bullring. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you stand up, stomp those feet, clap those hands. 85 laps complete next time around. Dakota Pignataro keeps getting pinned around here like a pig ball. How about that, eh? The number 99, Dakota, just keeps getting knocked around. John Michael Bryan will get a position over him right there. Mike Doyle, his teammate right behind him. And that 00 prescription, America's Best Glasses late model. James Fountain trying on the inside of Mike Doyle. Not able to get there, but it looks like he might be able to hold his position. No, not quite, down into turns 1 and 2. James Fountain continuing to battle back here with the rest of these folks. Here comes they are charging 32, Cameron Wessenberg. Again, like I said earlier, had a hell of a race last night in the modified division. He's trying to do the same here tonight in the late model stocks. Corey Tesner and the Boogeyman battle it out here for the 7th place spot. As John Michael Bryant works to the inside of Sunoco Racing Fuel. Number 8, machine of the Riptide, Corey Tesner. These guys finally picking off some more green flag laps here on the Moody Street Racing channel. Hopefully we can get it up and over with before you know it. Here comes Tommy Limley charging on the inside of Chase Johnson. Contacts made. It looks like maybe the caution flag is flying. Caution flag is out here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Not for sure who, what, when, where, or why it has flown here. Looks like everybody's holding on the race cars quite well. James Fountain, big loose down here, and we may have found our victim. James Fountain, Mike Doyle look like they finally make contact. Just watch these two guys battle it out here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Diving down into turns 1 and 2. James Fountain gets a little bit hot in there. Gets him to the left rear. Mike Doyle sends him around. It looks like it was enough to trigger the caution flag here. Mike Doyle got almost perpendicular sideways. It is America's Best Vision. Glasses number 00, whatever the hell you want to call it. The 12th caution flag here tonight at the Bullring. We'll be back in just a moment. Don't go nowhere. Bang, bang, welcome back here. Cleanup continues here for the 12th caution flag here tonight at the Bullring Speedway as Mike Doyle and James Fountain make a little bit of contact coming across your screen right now. The 24 and 00 machine. Peter the pace car back out on the racetrack. It's got Neil Rutt the third behind him as the race leader, followed by Showtime Chase Johnson, Tommy Limley, and former race leader Mark Blessing. Mark Blessing up here on this number 77 late model, trying to navigate his way back up to the front after pitting for 4 fresh Hoosier tires, but caution after caution after caution prevents that from going up to the, prevents you, from being able to go fast, which prevents you from being able to change your position to go up towards the front. So we'll see how things shake out here for the number 77 of Mark Blessing, but he's got to get through a hard-charging Neil Ruthless Rutt the third, who started on the pole here the night, finally back in his normal position. Chase Johnson up 12 spots from where he started. So we get ready to go back racing here on the Bullring Speedway. Green flag is back in the air. Neil Rutt works his way off a turn 2 down the back straightaway. Contact's made, a big pile up. Caution flag flies as Peter the base car can't even park it once more. 5, 6, 7, 8 cars involved. We'll back it up here for another instant replay. 13 caution flags here tonight at the I-85 Asphalt Speedway. Paul French Jr. involved. Tony Cook involved. Colton Waters involved as well. This was majority of the back half of the pack. We'll take a look and see what the hell happened. Looks like Cameron Wessenberg gets into it with Mike Doyle. We'll back it up here so we can get a better looking understanding of what the freak just took place here. See if we can't pull out the drone cam. This should give us the best angle for this wreck right here. Starts with Cameron Wessenberg getting into the back of Mike Doyle. Running him slam over here, and the pileup continues here. And here comes Paul French. Tony Cook getting thrown around like a little chihuahua out there. And Paul French Jr. gets slapped, and he's up and over on his lid. Up and over on his lid, and the number 37 of Paul French Jr. Wow, caution flag is out here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Back in just a moment. Welcome back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We're underneath the caution flag for the 12th time here tonight. Here's the remaining schedule for the I-85 Asphalt Series. Late model stock division headed to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina 2 weeks from now to tackle on 100 laps around that beautiful racetrack. If I'm hearing from the admin, that may be cranked up to 115 or 120. Not very sure how many laps that will be, but you can find it right here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel by pressing that follow button and that like button. Headed on over to the YouTube page located in the top right portion of your screen. It'll take it right there for all the full seasons. We're getting ready to go back racing here. The DJ will kill the music. Peter the Base car should hang the left on the pit road, and he'll do exactly that. Neil Rutt III, the race leader, with Chase Johnson on the outside. Mark Blesson in the 4th place spot on those brand new Hoosier tires. Green flag back in the air here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Headed back down into turns 1 here for the season 3 kickoff race. Door being made there between Chase Johnson. It looks like going to be Tommy Lindley. Colton Brooks and these boys getting shit with the racetrack. Goes around Tommy Lindley. Caution flag fly. Caution flag flies here for the number 3 of Tommy Lindley. We'll back that ass up here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Hey, take a look at what the hell just happened. Him and Chase Johnson beating and banging on the top side of the racetrack. Colton Brooks was sent 3 wide as well. Maybe Mark Blessing had a little bit to do with this. Yes, it was Mark Blessing down on the bottom side as well as Colton Brooks. So we'll back that ass up here for the instant replay to take a look here as we're back underneath the caution flag for the 13th time here tonight. Contacts made there to Tommy Lindley after clearing himself across the front nose. Chase Johnson looks like he might have gave it back to him. Ship him up the racetrack. Mark Blessing gets by, but it's Tommy Lindley, the guy going around here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We'll back that ass up one more time here. We'll take a look and see what the trouble was off turns 1 and 2, because this is where all this shit brewed apart here. You see Tommy Lindley down from the bottom side of the racetrack, trying to clear himself around Chase Johnson. Didn't look like he was quite clear, clears himself. And looking out the tail end here, Chase Johnson on the bottom side. So is Martin Blessing. Ships Tommy Lindley around. John Michael Bryan gets a toast of that as well as Brayson Kenton. We're back in just a moment here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Stay right here. We have the conclusion of the race. 6-10, about 14 laps to go. When we return, don't go nowhere. Welcome back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel underneath the caution flag for the 13th time here tonight after Chase Johnson and Tommy Lindley bang door to door there. Mark Blesson sending it 3 wide down on the bottom side after Tommy Lindley clears himself across the front nose of Chase Johnson. See how things shake out here though as these guys continue to beat and bang here at the Bullring, caution after caution. It's going to be a long time that we knock out these final 15. We'll figure it out though. Neil Rutt III is the race leader, followed by Colton Brooks on the outside. The DJ will kill the music. Getting ready to go back racing here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Green flag is back in the air. Neil Rutt will step on the gas, and we're back racing here at the Bullring. Neil Rutt will work up off the backside of the racetrack. Colton Brooks gets shoved wide through the corner. Everybody able to hold on quite well there. The battle for the race lead. Mark Blesson will slide on by. So will Chase Johnson around Colton Brooks. These are the guys on the brand new fresh Hoosier tires. The number 77 of Mark Blesson looking back to the race leads. Got to get around Neil Rutt though. 13 laps remain here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Up off the corner, Neil Rutt III has the race lead, by everybody else will follow right behind him, nose to tail. 12 laps remain here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. And it's anybody's ball game to kick off season 3. They're able to hold on to it. We'll stay green here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Maybe the caution flag hits flown here, not sure what, but we know who it's for. Dakota Pignataro, as he was the slow one on the racetrack right there from New Bern. We'll back that ass up here and take a look and see what the hell just happened to the number 99 as he continues to be thrown around the racetrack. Working down into turns 1 and 2. Looks like Colton Waters, on the inside. Dakota Pignatar gets clear of Brayson Kendrick. Ships him in the left rear and sends him on the racetrack. And he'll get around just perpendicularly enough to cause the caution. 12 laps remain here at the Bullring. We'll be back in just a moment. Don't go nowhere. Welcome back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We're winding down the laps underneath the caution flag here, and had a little bit of commotion underneath the radio channel from a couple of these drivers, and let's just say that did not settle well with some of the admin. So looks like 2 of these drivers have been ejected from the racetrack after some shenanigans over the radio chat is what I'm being told here. So that'll give Colton Brooks the race lead. Neil Rutt the third with some engine troubles down on pit road. Trying to get it fixed up here. He says it keeps cutting on and cutting off on him. Maybe the ignition switch, we're not sure. Maybe have a wiring harness problem. Neil Rutt has to sacrifice the race lead to bring it down the pit road with only 5 laps remaining. Ladies and gentlemen, what a heartbreaker here for the number 66 of Neil Rutt the third. Comes all the way down from the east coast of New Jersey out here to Nevada with a chance to win it here tonight at the Bullring, and has to come down the pit road to service a wiring harness as his car keeps cutting on and off with battery trouble. Neil Rutt, heartbreaker here tonight, and that'll just throw a smile on the face of the new River 13 late model from Moxville of Colton Brooks. He'll have to battle the Season 2 and 1 champion of Chase Johnson. Michael Johnson won a race last year. Corey Tesler was championship eligible. Anything can happen here on the closing laps. We got 4 laps to go here in the I-85 Asphalt Series. Season 3 kickoff race. Green flag is back in the air for Colton Brooks. Down into turns 3 and 4. Can everybody hold it together for the closing laps tonight? Colton Brooks trying to bring home his first win here in the I-85 Asphalt Series, and he's going to have a hard-charging Chase Johnson to deal with all right behind him. Everybody's able to hold on to it. It's Brooks, Johnson, Tesner, Fountain, Johnson to the top 5 here. Big Bump, Boogie Man, John Michael Bryant, works his way up into the top 6 spot around Colton Waters. But it's going to be a white flag this time around for Colton Brooks, presented by AFL Globals. He works his way down into turns 1 and 2. Up off of turns 2, Chase Johnson will have one more chance at the back bumper. Colton Brooks, will he put the bumper to him? Doesn't look like he'll get there. He'll get a little bit loose, and Colton Brooks will come across the line, and he'll win the opening race of Season 3 for the I-85 Asphalt Series Late Model Division. Colton Brooks wins it here tonight through all the carnage and mayhem really given to him there at the end after Neil Rutt the third with wiring harness trouble issues had to go to the back of the pack. But Colton Brooks will take it here in Nevada and Las Vegas as he'll burn it down. Colton Brooks will bring it on down here the victory lane in his new River Welding and Rigging number 13 late model from Moxville. I want to say that's Indiana, but I don't want to be wrong. So Colton Brooks brings it home in the victory lane here tonight at the Bullring Speedway. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be back in just a moment with your post-race shows and driver interviews as Colton Brooks holds on through disaster of tonight's opening race. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back in just a moment. Don't go nowhere. Welcome back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, live from the Bullring Speedway. We have just wrapped up race number 1 live here from Las Vegas, Nevada. Here in Colton Brooks has brought home the victory through all the carnage. It was handed to him there at the end after Neil Rutt suffers a wiring harness issues in the closing laps. Had to bring it on down the pit road, and I believe we may have a pit reporter down there on pit lane with the number 13, of Colton Brooks. Let's see what he had to say. Y'all got a copy?
Down here in Victory Lane in Las Vegas, Nevada at the Bullring Speedway, we are with the number, looks like 9 or number 13, of Colton Brooks. As I look on the side of late model, my apologies, Colton. You have survived the mayhem here tonight at the Bullring, and it's exactly what it was. Caution after caution, but it doesn't look like you have much scrapes, if any, on this late model. Just kind of talk about how you were able to put down a quick lap in qualifying and drive up here to the first place spot to end it.
Yeah, I just held on, ran clean all night, tried to dodge some of this crazy mess. Just hold on, ran clean, keep my nose clean. Want to thank River Welding Rigging, Ottawa West Salem, Greg the Listing, Sykes Mill Roofing.
That's the number 13 of Colton Brooks. He'll pick up the first win here in Season 3 for the I-85 Asphalt Series Late Model Division, and he should climb up the standings quite well. We'll scoot down here to runner-up Chase Johnson, 2-time champion here in the I-85 Asphalt Series Late Model Division. Chase, kind of walk us through your night. You'll start 14th on the grid. You turn around a couple of times there early, but you're able to skate back after staying out on old tires for track position, and you'll get a P2 spot.
Yeah, congrats to Colton. He was fast all night. He earned it. Second of all, I don't know what happened there between me and Tom. I really need to go check the replay, but it was my fault. Apologize to him. But from my eyes, when it happened, he just got moved out of the groove. Wanted to move him back. Didn't really try to wreck him. Just wanted to get him back out of the way. But all in all, it was just a tough race. Just wish it would have went a little bit cleaner. We had a fast car all night, and just wanted to try to keep it up there up front. So we'll be back in a couple of weeks. Hopefully it'll be a little bit smoother. Appreciate you putting it on. It's always fun. And we'll see you next time.
That's the number 5 of Chase Johnson. He'll get the second place spot. We'll scoot down here to Corey Tesner, who brought home the P3 position here at the Bullring tonight. Corey, kind of walk us through your race. You'll start P11 here tonight, get the third place podium spot in your Sunoco late model. Had to dodge the carnage there. You'll get turned around a couple of times. Just walk us through it.
Yeah, we got really lucky on a couple of those cautions there. We were able to miss a couple of the big ones. Did get turned around there once, but didn't get any damage from it. And then it was pretty just nail the restarts and try and get some spots on the restarts there. Couldn't even really tell you if I had a good car or not, but it was a fun race when we did go green, and look forward to coming back to the I-85 Series in a couple weeks.
And that's Corey Tesner. He'll be back 2 weeks from now at the Myrtle Beach Speedway. We'll scoot down here to the fourth place finisher, driver of the number 24 late model, James Fountain. James, kind of walk us through your night here. You went even further back. It looks like you might be in contention for the hard charging award here tonight. Kind of walk us through your mayhem of a race, and you'll get the P4 spot.
Yeah, it was a wild race there. It came off the truck pretty slow. Honestly, went into qualifying pretty slow, but somehow was able to call some of the cautions and work my way through some of the other ones. And was able to look my way up to P4 and kind of raced it out there with Michael at the end. Want to shout out to him for the clean racing. Shout out to the ones that are left because obviously they race clean. But look forward to coming back in a couple weeks. It'll definitely be a lot better. Can't wait to put on a show for y'all then.
That's the number 24 of James Fountain. He'll look at 2 weeks from now at the Myrtle Beach Speedway. It'll be a home race for the South Carolina driver. We'll scoot down here to the number 40 Bass Pro Shop late model of Michael Johnson. Michael, you had a decent day here. The night started 7th on the grid. You're coming into Season 3 off a win to end Season 2 and spoil the party there in the playoff championship race. So get a top 5 here tonight to begin your season. Kind of walk us through it.
Yeah, I was hoping you wouldn't bring up this spoil of Season 2. Apologize to Corey again, but I know he's going to come back in Season 3 strong as ever. We had a fast car. I wish we had more green laps to show how fast we were. We didn't have a great practice car, but qualifying we made some adjustments, and we were fast, and I appreciate the guys up front. They're regulars, so I'm confident with them, and they race clean, so hopefully in 2 weeks it's a lot better.
And that's the number 40 of Michael Johnson. He will bring home a top 5 spot here tonight, and that'll round up the driver interviews down here on the Bullring Speedway here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Back up to the booth.
And back up here to the booth, ladies and gentlemen. We will take one more quick commercial break and be back in just a moment with all the post-race shows. Welcome back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel for the post-race show. We have just rounded up race number 1 of Season 3 here for the I-85 Asphalt Series, the late model stock division. Live here at the Bullring as the fans start to head out of here. We're located right outside of Las Vegas Motor Speedway, and it was one hell of a show here tonight. We'll go ahead and get it started off here with your fastest 18 cars going into tonight's main event that locked themselves in on time. Starting with Neil Rutt, ending it with Aaron Cornelius. Your guys were all right there within 2 to 3 tenths of one another when it came to looking down, but it looks like Neil Rutt III will win his first pole on the year here in Season 3. We kicked it on over to the heat race to the bottom 6 guys that didn't make it in on time. Everybody advanced out of the heat race as the year progresses on, and we get more drivers. If we could outdo 25 drivers a race, then we will start sending guys home. That's if anything doesn't change from here till then, ladies and gentlemen. That's how they rounded out Heat 1. Saw Dakota Pignataro bring home the Dash for Cash heat race win. Then you flip over here to the final spots here tonight. Colton Brooks brings home the first place spot, followed by Chase Johnson in that second place spot. Corey Tesner got the third place spot, followed by James Fountain and Michael Johnson in the fourth and fifth place spot. The Boogeyman, John Michael Bryant and Brayson Kendrick will bring home the 6th and 7th place spot, followed by Corden Waters and Dakota Pignataro, who brought home the 8th and 9th place spot. 10th and 11th brought to you by Lane Woods and Doug Miller, and they'll be able to hold on to the 10th and 11th place spots, paying well here tonight. Doug Miller in the 11th place spot here tonight, followed by Mike Doyle and that number 14 machine, Neil Rutt III. Electrical wiring harness problems there at the end from the race lead with 5 laps to go to the back and to the 13th place spot to finish. That's how they'll do it. But real close one here tonight for Neil Rutt at the settle for the 13th place spot. Cameron Westenberg drove hard all night long. He'll get the 14th place spot, followed by Landon Brindle, Paul Fritz Jr., Mark Blessing, and Tommy Lindley will round out the top 18 spots. Ladies and gentlemen, that's how the top 18 shook it out here tonight at the Bullring, Myrtle Beach, whatever the hell you want to call it. We appreciate you guys joining in. We'll bring up the schedule here since I want to talk about racetracks and where the next race is going to be. Make sure you check us out 2 weeks from now at the Myrtle Beach Speedway in South Carolina. This should be one hell of a race. We're back there again for the 2nd annual Dirty Myrtle Bash, and it should be one hell of a race. Tons of Carolina kids in the field, so tons of Carolina guys should be having one hell of a night. Hopefully we'll get rid of some of the shenanigans, some of the folks we had in here causing some up, stirring up the pot here. As you see a beautiful Las Vegas Motor Speedway right there behind you on the backdrop. This has been the I-85 Asphalt Series Late Model Stock Division race number 1 of 10, live here from the Bullring on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. This girl right here is absolutely leaning. She has been off one too many sun drops, whatever the hell you want to call them, lemon drops. And this guy right there is going to have a hard time getting her in the van tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to remind you, we're not responsible for your DUIs, and you have a safe trip home here tonight from Nevada. And if you're going to gamble, put it all on 27 black. We'll see you on Saturday night for the Season 3 kickoff race for the Madness Racing League Xfinity Series live here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel.